There it is. It actually is working. I was wondering what's going on. All right. All right, now that it's working, I'll be right back and we'll start this out. All right. What's popping, everybody? What's popping? All right. Sorry about that. This had a issue where it was telling me that the video was not available, and I don't know what was going on. And I was like, okay, I got this fixed. I got this down. And all of a sudden, boom, it was not working. I mean, as soon as I went to live stream, it actually worked, even though it said video not available. All right, so what I'm looking at right now, I'll show you guys a little bit. Put it right there. Have this on this side. All right. So what I'm looking at is the maintenance. And for the maintenance, usually on Tuesdays, for the last couple weeks, it will be down for 15 minutes or so. So I'm not sure it's gonna be up. It says during this time you may encounter slow or failed logins. So I'm not sure if it's that I can log in, but we're gonna update this, see if once it activates, we'll be able to go in and play a game. And if it doesn't, then we can go into Q&As, whatever guys you want to ask, and I'm gonna edit some videos, all right, or edit a video, and we can continue talking. It's been a while since I streamed. It's been like a week and a half or 2 weeks, and I definitely want to hang out with you guys, see what you guys are up to. All right, let's check it out. Let's check it out. If we get maybe this time I get lucky, and not be like that one when Classic came out. Remember when Classic came out and I was trying so hard over and over and over to get in? Yeah, it's not gonna work for right now. I'll check again in like 20 minutes. All right. Right now I'm using Premiere, but I am gonna transition to Resolve. DaVinci Resolve. I like the idea of DaVinci resolving all the things that is happening. But anyways, what's going on, guys? What you guys been up to? Let's see, open project. Let's see what projects we got going on. I just open recent. Yeah, I want to work on the montage. Alright. Okay, so we see a lot of stuff going on over here. Oh, I remember what this is. This is the video, my last Feeling the Beat video. Oh, I guess you guys can hear that. Let me lower it down. Yeah, this is I edit very simple. I try not to go as like when I first started, I was super complicated in editing my videos because one, I was learning, and two, where I was learning from, they showed not very efficient ways, just straight up like, oh, you need to do this to do that, and you need to do that to do this. So now I have it where I put the clip down, I watch it, and whatever comes to my imagination, I go with it, you know? So this was pretty cool. I was gonna use this BG for my montage. This is my montage right here. And it didn't fit, it didn't quite fit. Like there wasn't really much that I can use to make it fit into the montage. So I decided that I was gonna make it into a Feeling the Beat, and I really enjoy making Feeling the Beats. Alright, so we got this done, so I can finally take this out. Boom. And then I have this other BG, which I am going to find out what it is. And then I color coded it. Alright. Looks like it's a bunch of stuff that I don't need. I do have arena clips, okay. I do have a BG clip. Maybe I can use that BG clip. It was an okay BG. Alright. And what I have here, guys, what I have here is the beginnings of the montage, alright? So I had to, for this process, I don't know if you guys are interested in this stuff, but I like editing. I like editing. And I've always wanted to, I guess, edit and show what I do while streaming. Why, I have no idea. It's just something I wanted to do. And, but what I like to do is get a whole bunch of clips or you know, raw footage, put it on my timeline, watch it, and then whatever sticks out, I kind of, all right, I want this video to have that sticks out. So I look for other clips that have that same thing that I'm trying to show, right? So for instance, here, this part of the montage is me doing a bunch of kiting versus other players. I'm mainly by myself, and there's just some funny parts in this because I got to live that whole time. They tried to kill me so many times. And then in this part of the clip, I haven't color coded so I can know what it is all about bursting shot. So a lot of bursting shot clips. Here we have World PvP. What's going on, Swirly? What's up, buddy? How you doing? Gonna write it down because I guess I have a lot of lag between what I'm saying and what viewers are watching. So here we have a lot of World PvP. Alright. And let me put this over here so I can see how long this is gonna be. Alright, so obviously I do not want a 45-minute video. So what I need to do is condense this a lot. So I think this might be edited more heavily to show the interesting parts. The bursting shots, I might have just one part of a song to just show a bunch of bursting shots. Nothing special, just came home from work. Yeah, you're about to chill, hang out. I hear you, buddy. Sucks that WoW is under maintenance right now, so that's why I'm not playing it. Because I would have been playing right now. Alright, what is this that I got over here? Here is still World PvP, so all the green is World PvP. And that is, I guess, is one clip that I wanted to put in there. Oh my god. This clip, guys, is with... There's a viewer I have that my first time ever streaming. It's so funny, man. Let's see if I can show you guys. It's so funny. Alright, so the first stream I ever had, I had this viewer, and he really wanted to see me. Like, he wanted to meet me in like in the game. And I'm like, yeah, we set it up. He realized he's alliance, so we can't, but I was like, yo, just bring it on. We can just fight, hang out, and just talk. He tried a lot. He was phased out. But then he started saying, yeah, I can't wait to meet you so I can bust your ass and all this stuff. Right? So I'm like, all right, we can do that. And we tried a couple times to kind of like meet up and see how we can, you know, hang out in game. But magically I get into this BG and I'm like, all right, so what are we gonna do? Boom. This, I gotta look for him. This is so funny, man. I don't think it's Berlin. It might have been. But he shows up in this BG as Alliance against me. Right? There he is. That's him right there. Boop. And he saw, for some reason, I got a whisper. I was like, I got a whisper telling me like, oh, you and your damn healers or something. And I was like, what? Right? So I'm like, what is this guy talking about? Like, I don't know what he means. I don't be queuing up with healers and stuff. There's 2 healers, yeah, but. And there you go. That's the whisper. And I see that is that one guy, Zorkray. Shout out to Zorkray for it, bro. I'm gonna put this BG out with you, man. Not necessarily in this BG or in this montage, but I'm definitely gonna put this BG out there. So I got the whisper, and it was like, yo, bro, look, bro, you and your gay healers. And I was like, what? So then I'm like, wait, How does he know? I'm not streaming at this point. And then I had to look at my friends list and seen that he's on. And then saw that there he is. There he is. He was looking for me. At this point, I still don't know who it is. Right? I still don't know that he's there. But he's running away. Oof. Get him with that lovely. Like I said, at this point, I still don't know that it's Zork Ray. I'm just doing whatever I need to do. He's dancing. Boop! So I apologize, Zork Ray. I didn't know at this point that was you, man. I was just kicking booty. That's all. That's all I know how to do in this game. But after this part, I realized, all right, since I'm not streaming, he has to be in this game. That's the only explanation. That's the only explanation. I can extend this. Let's see if I can find when. It has to be here somewhere. I'm glad you guys not really listening to all the jerk, 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 jerk. But anyways, so I finally find it. I saw that he was on, and we was like, I was so I was mind blown that this guy, out of everybody, happened to come up in this BG versus me, and I thought it was awesome, man. I thought it was like, you know, it's so funny how streamers be always having people ganking them and trolling and all that stuff, and I guess I'm signed up for that. But to actually have something that like a small world type thing happen, he queue up in the same BG as I did, and there's like thousands of people, thousands of people queuing up for BGs, etc. And then what we decided to do was get into like a match, because he said, "Oh, I can 1v1 you," or whatever it was that he said. He wanted to fight, and I was like, "All right, we can do that. We can fight against each other, bro." I gotta show you guys this clip. I gotta show you guys this clip because this guy talk. He talks a nice bit right there. This is when I noticed that he's actually on. You see, you are in this BG. Oh man, that was awesome. That was awesome. So I looked for him somewhere, and this is where I found him. He was already waiting for me. He has the hunter's mark on, so he's not gonna take it off. He can see me, and I'm just chilling, talking to him. Oh man, Zork Ray. I don't know if you're gonna see this, bro, but this was awesome. I said, "You ready? I'm about to rock you, dog." He's like, "No, you're not. You got all these. You got all this alliance." Boop. Ooh, I misused that. Bro. And I still haven't used my double tap aim. I'm surprised he didn't use his feign death. He should have used his feign death there, cause. But yo, I straight demolished that guy. Oh, the little things, the little things. That was awesome. That was a memory that I will never forget. All right, so since I have these clips, what I want to do is expand more. So I already have this. This blue part is pretty neat because this is like, I want to show mass AoE, right? Like this. This is how I want to show AoE. So these two clips once I did want to have like an AoE part and showing a lot of numbers flying and a little bit of slow motion, quick. That's the idea that I had when I saw this. And I saw this because there was a lot of people, right? And I just wanted to show people Hunter AoE. It's something nobody really shows, and I think it's pretty fun to seeing all those numbers pop up. Here's another area where it's kind of like a lot of AoE, but these clips right here aren't how I want it. All right, the only one that I have that I really want it is this one, because this one has a lot of players that we're going against. There is some lag in game when I was doing this, but right here, man, when I see this area, boom. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I do want AoE part in this video. So since I only have one part that's really good, I need to get some more clips. So I'm gonna go into AV. I'm gonna go into not strand deviations. That one where the flag is in the middle and people get blown off or whatever. I'm gonna go into that, and then more epic BGs. And once I get enough clips, I'm gonna put it out there because it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun seeing all those numbers. You know, a lot of people always pay attention to arenas and stuff like that, but I feel like when I make a montage, I put things that not many people really show. And I think mass AoE is so fun. The yellow ones is straight power. Like, these are the ones that I completely obliterate people. So since it has a little bit of clips, I might not put that into the montage. What was the yellow tan one? Not sure what the tan one is. Boom. Oh, the tan one is when I'm almost dead. Like, I'm almost dying, but I don't die. I'm experimenting with new things and new, like, little ideas and stuff. Because I'm brand new at editing. Not brand new, but creatively speaking, I never had to edit so often as I do now. And I already know that I have some things already, like, part of my repertoire, some editing techniques that I always use throughout most of my videos. But I want to expand. I want my editing to continue to improve, which it always is. But my creativity part, that's the part that I'm like, what I'm trying to show you in my edits is what I'm trying to expand. So like I said, in this one, I have the AoE stuff. I have the world PvP stuff. I have the some extra stuff like this playthrough. This is just me by myself versus a whole bunch of people. You know? So that's new to me. I want to make that BG. Regardless of how successful it is or not, I feel that this is an experience for me to just continue learning and doing all that cool stuff. Another video that I have, and it's pretty much done. All I need to do is like put little tidbits here and there. Let's see if you guys can hear it. You guys can probably hear it just a little bit. I started in vanilla, so it took me a minute. It took me a long while for me to get used to keybinding. But this is my keybinding video. think I think I didn't save it correctly. I have all the clips already, and I did have them all set up. I'm not sure. I mean, I didn't pick the actual saved one. I just picked recent, so I'm not sure if what's going on that is only showing that. But I will have a key binding video out, and it's gonna be straightforward. I don't want it to be in depth like other channels be trying to like way overcomplicate the key binding. I'm gonna simplify it. I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna go through it with you, and it's gonna be a short video, and it's gonna be mad easy to pick up key binding. Like if there's some of y'all that doesn't use all your abilities with a keybind, and you're interested, check out that video, man. When I put it out, check it out, cause it's just straightforward. You know what I'm saying? Simple. Okay. Oh, I was working on this Wintergrass video. I was so upset about this one. If I can see it. Then I open it. I deleted it. The Wintergrass one, I deleted it because it was choppy as heck. Choppy as heck. Let me give it one more try. It's not gonna happen. During this time, you may encounter slower failed logins and be unable. Okay, so I'm on, but I'm not signed on. So it's gonna probably not let me connect because it's under maintenance. It's all good. It says connecting, but I don't think it's gonna connect. Yeah, it's not gonna connect. So that's not gonna be working out. It's unfortunate, guys, because I really wanted to play it, and when I made that one community post, I really thought that it was gonna be a 15-minute. But I do want to show you guys a video that I saw. That was released a couple days ago. Alright, let's see if I upload date. Here, Aquila. You guys seen this video yet? This is pretty cool. Let's hear it. I wanted to show you guys because this is awesome. Oh. I like Twinking. Look at this serious shit. Look at that. Everybody dead. That's insane, the amount of power this guy has. Has 119. Choo! Them crits. It's awesome how or not awesome, not necessarily awesome, but it is cool that you can twink, man. I'm not sure how he's doing it where he's not gaining XP. I think he's doing that one bug. You can write a script and queue up in regular BGs. And when the BG like when it pops up so you can enter, you press that script and it'll turn off or turn on your XP and let you enter, and you won't gain an XP. Now that is a bug, but I know people are doing that right now. The only downside to that is you're gonna be paying 10 gold or 20 gold, because it's 20 gold to turn it on and 10 gold to turn it off. So every time you want to go into a BG, you're gonna have to pay 20 gold, which is not a lot. I mean, if you're twinking at that point, it doesn't even matter. That's awesome. I'm gonna check if he's using music that I can use. It looks like you can. $119 is so freaking OP is actually crazy. One shots after one shots. You But yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm so glad people are still as bad as I mean, I don't think hunters are bad right now. Not per se, but I do have some issues with it. Like I've been playing with an assassination rogue. I have him to level 75. I think I just got him to level 75 assassination. I like rogues. And with assassination, I mean, obviously, every spec has their kit. You know, they make every spec with things in mind, so they can excel in their niche. All right. But what I find interesting is that is there anybody else? Holy I never realized how many of my videos pop up in the first page. Here, I'll show Pyra, because Pyra is pretty cool. So I'm going to have this in the background. What I was going to say is, I think it's interesting that assassination, just assassination, I mean, all rogues are kind of like the same, and they have some similar abilities, just like all classes share. But assassination, you have CC. You have two types of CCs. You have sap, and you have what's the other one? Blind. You have sap and blind. Okay. You also have stuns. So you got two different stuns. And you can reset at all times. And you can just wait 4 seconds. You reset the fight. You have a heal that you can use every 30 seconds. Like, even though it's not a strong heal per se, it does help. Like, it just helps. It just helps. No matter what, it just helps. Getting that heal helps. But it works amazingly with your reset. So you can reset. You can blind heal. You can run away heal. You can stealth heal every 30 seconds. Then you have your vanish that instantly resets the fight, takes you out of the mayhem, takes you out of somebody targeting you, interrupts people. All right, amazing ability. I wish a horde race had night elf's ratio where you can just vanish. 'Cause I feel like that vanish is so awesome. It's like, oh, I wish. Like, how awesome would it have been if camouflage, if used in battle, vanishes you for 6 seconds. You become untargetable. You can still take damage, but only AoE damage. You become untargetable, and then damage doesn't break you out. So you only get 6 seconds, and those 6 seconds heal you. So every second you heal, just like camouflage. How awesome would that be? That's just a baseline thing. All right. And then it's just so many different specs that it's just like that. All right. So I don't even want to talk about subtlety, because subtlety has extreme burst. Subtlety has so many CC capabilities, and they can heal. All right. Then you have outlaw, which can heal the most out of all the specs, and they have a range stun. Right? Let's compare Beast Mastery and let's compare Survival to Marksmanship. Beast Mastery, you're completely mobile. Doesn't matter what you're doing. While you're moving, you can deal damage. Alright? You have a pet heal. You have a stun. You also have your traps. You're gonna have leech. Right? If you don't pick a tenacity, most likely you will take tenacity because the spirit beast. But on top of all that stuff, you can go into ferocity and get some type of leech. With survival, same thing. Same survival is like a beast mastery melee spec. Alright, obviously they have different moves, they have different abilities, you can do different things. But it's DM. You get the pet stun. You don't have the pet heal, but you do have mending, which is a heal, on top of camouflage, on top of your traps and extra traps. Like you have that one trap, you have to talent for it, but you have that one trap that completely immobilizes and deals in a huge amount of damage to the target. We don't have none of that. All we have is tar trap and freezing trap, right? And if we want to talent, we have explosive trap. For CC, BM, like I said, they can completely move. So while I'm dealing damage, I can get myself closer to the target that I want to, and CC them right there. All right. I also have a stun that I can stop a target. Not necessarily saying that the pet stun is always going to be used for CC, but you have that option if it needs, if the situation arises. You can stun a target and trap right after. All right. On top of all the other traps. And then survival, you don't even need to be close to the person. All you need to do is have range of your harpoon and a line of sight. And right when you're about to, and I've been watching survival in higher rated, like arenas and stuff. You can definitely see how efficient it is to use harpoon. Go up to the target instantly, trap them right there. They have roughly the same cooldown on harpoon and freezing trap. So it's a no-brainer, right? And marksmanship, you can't do that. you're a range class. You're literally want to be far. All right, you have abilities that emphasize this. Your mastery increases your range. In today's World of Warcraft, marksmanship cannot survive with that that trap delay, that flying, landing. All right, you know what? I'm going to get this target CC'd right now. Damn, I have to concussive shot. I have to disengage. I have to get really close. And you don't want to when at the point when you're about to deal, you know, like burst damage or whatever. Our burst damage takes up time. So we have to use your true shot. You have to use your double tap, and you have to try and CC. So there is setup time, and being that aim shot does take, time to cast. It's not like you just press a button and it comes out. Say for instance, rogues. The rogues' abilities deal a lot of damage, but their global cooldown is on a way, it's just way faster. It's like half the speed as monster ships. And when the moment they press a button, it's instant, right? But not for monster ship. There's just a lot of setup time. I just feel like that's crazy. I just feel it's just, you can name me any other spec out of all the specs in the games, other than healers. I mean, healers has some shit, but other than healers, we have. Oh, other than healers and other tanks, all the specs have not necessarily instant CC. You know what? Let's go through it. We got shamans. They got hex. They got their capacitator totem. They got ranged slow. They have ranged interrupt. Their cooldowns are mostly instant. There's not a lot of uptime, but you can take buffs off on the fly, right? But you also have a lot of support. So you're dealing damage. You can heal. You have your CCs. It's just awesome. And then if you're elemental, you have that one crazy. You have that one crazy stun that you can stun on the move. All right, let's see who else is doing something. I'll put a Matasso video out real quick. But yeah, elemental. How insane is that ability? You can cast and move at the same time. It deals damage, and it stuns you. All right, that's not including their hex. That's a form of CC. Their range slow. Their range interrupts. Same deal as enhancements. They can heal pretty awesomely. They have not necessarily strong cooldowns, but it's strong enough. Like being that you can heal, just a wall is enough. All right. Then you have mobility with enhancement, so you can move and not be slowed down under 100% speed, which is crazy good. It's crazy good. We have, let's go into another spec. Monks. Let's go to monks. All right. What I'm trying to get at is that a lot of people want to kind of say marksmanship hunters are fine. right? And obviously, our damage is okay. Our burst damage is beautiful, and that's where we excel with the burst damage. But our CC is lacking. It is. You have to wait on somebody else's CC. Like, you just have to wait on somebody else's CC to land your trap, unless you get closer. And when you get closer, you're moving. And as a Marksmanship Hunter, you don't want to move. Well, you can move, but when you're casting aim shot, you don't want to move. And with those people saying that MMs are fine, they don't realize that if you look at anywhere above the 2K rating, all right, in the entirety of WoW PvP ladders, even rated Battlegrounds, we have the lowest, or one of the, if not the lowest representation in any bracket of PvP. All right, any official brackets. That tells you something. All right. A lot of people just want to say get good or whatever, and obviously I personally can get way better. Okay. But that's not what that's not the point. It's not about me getting better. If it takes so much from you to become what other specs can do easily, something is wrong. Something is wrong. So let's go back to what I was saying with where I left it off at monks. Monks have a sap. I mean, obviously it's on a long cooldown, but they have a sap in combat. In combat sap. They have a stun. They also have Ring of Peace. They also have another stun with a Fist of Fury, I believe it is. They have a teleport, and they can heal, and their mobility is retarded. Like they roll around. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. And that's just the DPS one. The healer one is just as crazy. Monk healers are probably the best BG healers, in my opinion. Or at least the funnest. Because you can deal damage, you can heal, you can stun, you can support, you can kill somebody as a monstership. I mean, what is it called? Whatever monk healer is. Mistweaver. Let's go to another spec. Let's go to Death Knights. The Death Knights can be unstunnable. They can become immovable. They can, like, you can't blast them away. You can't slow them down. They have stuns. They a ranged stun. They have ranged interrupts. They have a pool. Granted, Death Knights are known for being easily kiteable, but I feel like they have enough. They have enough to not, like, they have that spammable chains of ice, right? To keep you down. Obviously, you can just disengage from that. You can use your Master's Call from that. You can blast them away. I use disengage for their grip, or my bursting shot for their grip. But yeah, they're almost unkillable. There's not many comps that are gonna say, all right, there's a Death Knight in that comp or that team. Let's go on him first. Death Knights are probably the last person they want to kill. And that's all two specs, Frost and Unholy. They just have so much. Unholy is almost half ranged. They got a pet stun. it's just awesome. Like I can see why a lot of people want to play Unholy right now. I personally like Frost. Or Frost hits like a little, these bleep bleep bleep. They don't do that much crazy damage. Let's go into Rep Paladins. Rep Pallies, guys. Rep Pallies have bubble, they have stuns, they have crazy heals, they have ultra support, right? So that's another thing. Marksmanship feels as if it should be a support spec. But support not necessarily hold on, let me when I say support, it's not necessarily through heals, because obviously paladins can use heal as support, but most of the time their stun and their blessing of protection and their freedom is what the support is kind of what is used the most. But for marksmanship, all you have is your master's call to help other people and your traps. But your traps can be dispelled. Your traps can be baited. And they're both CCs of ours are breakable with damage. Freezing trap and scatter shot are breakable with damage. All right, and in a BG setting, why do you think not many people are trying to take marksmanship in RBGs? As awesome as marksmanship hunters are in BGs and in open combat with their range prowess, why is it that nobody wants to take a marksmanship hunter? It's because of that. Those traps, scatter shot, they're 100% breakable on combat. So that's another thing that I was gonna say. All right. So not only are they under DR with each other, freezing trap and scatter shot, they're breakable in damage. And I don't consider bursting shot I mean, it is a support. It is a support ability, but it's only melee, right? So if I would want to use bursting shot, not like to help the team, basically is I have to get close to a target and bursting shot so they can get out of line of sight. All right. So, for instance, in this very clip right here, well, whatever. I can't use it right here, right now. Let's see if I can use it in the next clip. I don't think I can. But if somebody is sitting right here, right, and I'm standing right here, I have to come all the way over here, bursting shot, so they can come behind here. But I have to move. I have to move. And like I said, as we all know, moving is not necessarily something that you would want to do if you want to cast aim shots. All right, let's go to Havoc Demon Hunters. Havoc has like 2 stuns. Okay, yeah, they have that one circle that they can use, and then they have that one green one that is used on ranged. So there's that AoE one. I don't know if they're in the same tier, but they have that AoE stun, and they also have that one that stuns you for like 2 seconds and deals damage. They have that one ability that takes you out of combat, and you can't attack, and you can't be attacked unless you talent for it. You have crazy amount of mobility. You have snares. You have. I don't want to. You do have good bursts, but Havoc Demon Hunters is not like, okay, I'm gonna one shot this guy. All right, they have strong, sustainable bursts, uh, and they also have that one ability that takes you completely out and does a lot of damage every time they hit you with that one ability from the sky. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Not sure why not my meter is not working. As let me see if I can change this real quick. Interesting. But anyways, what I was saying was, yeah, I'm not sure why this is not playing. Can it be this one? No. I'll keep it here. I don't know why it's not playing. Like the music, I don't know if you guys can hear it. But anyways. So yeah, Havoc has their mobility. They also can become immune to all damage and run, so they get a sprint immunity, which can be used and switched out in a good amount of times. It's not like, oh, sometimes I can use this. No, you can switch that move and this other move quite often. All right. What else does Havoc have? Havoc has blur, so their damage is increased, or not their damage, their dodge is increased by like 50%, I believe, and you can talent it to be even stronger. I think it's 20% regularly, and you can talent it to be automatic and at like 50% dodge. And they also have that shadow one, where they make like the area into a shadowy place or whatever, and you take, or spells and abilities have 20% chance of missing you or something like that. And that's just Havoc, okay? That's just one spec. And they have a lot. I'm just trying to picture an idea. Like, I want you to rewatch this or think about all the specs, all the classes in the game. Think about what it is that they bring to an arena or to a BG, and then compare it to marksmanship. Because then, at the end of everything, you're gonna be like, okay, what is it that marksmanship is really bringing to the game? All right, like what is it that marksmanship is really bringing to the game? Is it burst damage? You got specs that can one shot. Not only can they one shot, they can CC the shit out of everybody, and they can heal, reset fights. Let's go to warriors. Warriors have, let's go Fury. Fury has excellent self healing. Fury has a stun. They have burst capabilities. I don't know if I said fear, but they have the fear. They have slows. They have AoE slow. But the biggest thing about warriors is they have uptime, and it can take a beating. I'm trying to think if I haven't really played warriors this expansion, so I can't think of PvP talents that they have. Arms, they have huge burst. They have good cleave. They don't have self-sustainability, but they still can get up there. All right, they can spec into defensive stance, which gives them a good amount of damage reduction. But they can take a beating. They can take a beating, and they can deal a lot of damage. and they have mobility. They got their charges. They have their leaps. Good stuff, man. And like arms, I feel like arms is struggling a little bit more than Fury, and it's probably because of that they can't, like, arms cannot like heal as good as Fury. But still, you can find arms warrior more than you can find marksmanship hunters, and it's just their uptime, their uptime, their bleeds, their mortar strikes be hitting super hard. Right here, you see that part right there? What I did with that warlock. That's the only time I can use bursting shot as a support to knock a healer out, interrupt a healer, right? But it's melee. It's melee. We're marksmanship. I feel like bursting shot should be in melee range, should act the same the way it does like normal. But the moment the person goes, a couple, like maybe 15 yards away from you, then bursting shot should become an actual bursting shot. Like you shoot the character, and it's instant, and it hits them, and they move and they fly back. Literally, that should be bursting shot. To be honest with you, like, bursting shot should have that mechanic. Because why just have it for melee? Why have bursting shot just be melee? It's bursting shot. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have the animation right in front of you. Alright, so that's warriors. We went through monks. Warlocks are unkillable, spammable fear. Have stuns. They have that one ability where mortal coil. They have self-healing in various ways. They have self-healing like through their health stones, and they have, I think, leech passively, and they also have that one, like, I forget what the name of it. I'm not good with names. I don't know if you guys realized. Solely, oh, I forget that one. Drain life. There you go. Drain life. They have drain life. They have walls. They have a wall that actually, or I'm talking destruction. I'm not sure if Affliction has it, but they used to share it before. That one that it reduces all damage by 40, and you cannot be interrupted. All right. And they have a teleport if you want that talented. And that's all three warlocks. Destruction has that ultra burst, and their burst can come out like this. 2 chaos bolts with the right cooldowns can completely annihilate somebody. Just 2 of them. I mean, obviously you have to prep for that. You have to get your embers up and all that stuff. But as a caster that can't be killed, it takes a bit. What's going on, Colin? How you doing, Colin? You are American. I love it. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. I did Loretta Stone for French, actually. But this was many years ago, so I never got to practice it or use it. So I forgot it. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for the feedback, man. I appreciate that. I hope you're enjoying all this stuff, all right? I know I can't play right now, but I'm just filling up the gap, all right? So we was talking about warlocks. So yeah, destruction warlock, and then affliction. I'm surprised affliction is not as strong as they were in Warlords of Draenor and even in Legion, they were pretty good. I'm not sure what it is that not people are not using them at. Maybe it's just the lack of damage and how much absorbs and all this stuff is going on in the game right now. But they have at least a fun play style. They're almost unkillable as well. And they have even more CC, if I believe. Like, you can just do a little bit more than you can versus Destro. And then Demo has all of the above. Demo is just a complete. You can line of sight the crap out of everybody and do crazy damage. But the only reason that Demo is not good in arenas is because they have a long setup time. But in BGs, the moment everything is up, you're just blowing people up. But it's a very fun play style. And they have a lot more. They have self-sustainability. They have stuns. They have all of the above. Mages. Let's go mages. Fire mages. I feel like fire mages are in a very, very... You're 11 years old? That's cool, man. 11 years old, man. My son is about to be 2 years old. I can't even imagine how life is going to be with an 11-year-old. But enjoy the content. I hope you like my stuff, and you can just chillax and hang out. Alright, so fire mages, I feel, have it all. They have a disorient on a low cooldown. They have a spammable CC that can be spammed. You can just spam polymorph on everybody. I mean, yeah, it shares diminishing returns with itself, but if you spam polymorph 3 times, that's an entire, that's a long time. And then you can just chain it up with other CCs from other teammates and stuff like that. I can't do that with Freezing Trap, and I can't do that with Scattershot. I can't. With a Rogue, you can stun, and you can stun again right after. You can stun again, even gouge. Or you can blind right after. You can just keep a whole CC chain going. And mages are amazing at that. To continue CCs, because their polymorph doesn't really... I just feel like polymorph is super strong. Granted, it heals you, but the great thing about fire mages is... Lota, what's going on, Baba? What's going on, man? I'm here talking about marksmanship, because I cannot get on live right now. But the great thing about fire mages is that they can kill you from 100% to 0 within their CC chain. Alright, and that's just, like, they can do it on their own. They can be on their side and control you and completely annihilate you. Or they can do it with teammates. Which makes them strong. It just makes them strong. Like, that spammable CC, and then survivability, they can go invis, they can eat. Obviously, I have to, in order for me to eat in an arena, I have to play with a class that makes food. So, but they can eat in the middle of combat, or not in the middle of combat, but while they're resetting or line of sight and leave combat, they can definitely regain health. All right. On top of that, if you kill a fire mage, they gain 35% health or something along those lines. And that's when they ice block, because when you kill a fire mage, they get a dot on them that can kill. It can almost kill a fire mage if they don't heal. But they just have to ice block, and that whole dot is gone. And they have a second time to live. All right. So you might have used all your cooldowns to kill a fire mage, and then boom, come to realize they're not actually dead. You gotta try to work it around again. Frost mages, same thing. I don't think they have 2 ice blocks anymore, but they got their ice blocks. They got their polymorphs, and they have all that slow. They have passive slow. They don't even need to worry about slow. And they have their crowd control, like their frost novas, and what else do they have? I believe frost nova is all they have. This is interesting. But frost mages have the same deal with fire mages in the sense that they can leave combat, heal, they can invis, they can ice block, completely negate all damage. They have a spammable CC, and they just have that passive slow. They don't even have to worry about marksmanship has to hit concussive shot or bursty shot in order for them to be slowed or have a pet on them. All right, Colin. Thanks for hanging out, man. I'll see you around. Um, so where was I at? I was talking about frost mages. Then arcane mages. You can barely touch an arcane mage. I mean, I feel like arcane mages are kind of easy for us because all they can do is teleport here and there. But they still have the spammable CC. They can completely juke people. They can juke the crap out of people. All right? They have insane burst. And they can heal like crazy. Arcane can heal like crazy. So that's that. So we went warriors, we went demon hunters, we went mages, monks. We talked about hunters. What's left? We talked about ret. We talked about warlocks. We talked about shaman. What's next? Let's see. I feel like I talked about most of them. But let's check it out. Let me double check. I feel like I'm missing somebody. We talked about rogues. Oh, Shadow Priest. Shadow Priest has crazy CC as well, and they can heal. I played a Shadow Priest since Miss Pandaria. Alright? And in Legion, they did suffer a little bit. And that's what made me stop playing Shadow Priest. Is just I loved Shadow Priest and Warlords of Draenor. I loved Shadow Priest and Warlords of Draenor. But I just, you know what? I'm gonna put one of the Shadow Priest videos I had. See, oh, here he is. I put this in the background. This was back in Warlords of Draenor. But Shadow Priest, you can 100% stun. All right, you got that range stun. You got a silence, a complete blanket silence, where Marksmanship used to have that silence. They have mind control, which doesn't break on damage. I mean, it breaks on damage, but not like insta like damage. Like the moment you hit them, they're not just gonna break damage. It takes a minute. It takes a couple of hits to break mind control. So they have mind control, they have stun, they have heal, and they can heal while dealing damage. All right. What else do they have? They have fear, and they have a relatively short cooldown for a defense mechanism. So their dispersion, I think right now you can have it at 1 minute and something. I forgot that one talent they just got. They don't necessarily have mobility, and they still struggle a little bit. But their CC chains is insane. Insane how it is. I used to love the crap out of freaking Warlords of Draenor. I used to play Warlords of Draenor every day for the entire expansion just for the PvP as Shadow Priest. I really got good. I was just a solo player. I used to be from vanilla all the way to Cataclysm. I used to be very serious with raiding and guilds. And then I dropped all that, became a solo player up until Legion. And then once Emerald Dream was finishing up, I got into a mythic raiding guild because me and my girlfriend wanted to experience that life. But anyways, yeah, so that's Shadow Priest. Let's see what else is there. I said Shaman, I said Mage, I said Warlock, I said Monks, I said, oh, Druids. And Balanced Druid is insane right now. Balanced Druid has dots, they have burst damage, they have heals, they can take a beating, they have mobility, they have a silence, a blanket silence, an AoE blanket silence. They have a root, at least for melee. What else do they have? They have a pushback if you're talented to it. Nonetheless, Balanced Druid really shines this expansion pack. It really, really shines, and it shows. They're great. They're great at everything. All right. Fewer Druid just lacks a little bit of damage, like consistent damage. But they have stuns. They have extra hard bleeds. Like those bleeds are strong enough that you can completely just play that kiting, reopening, bleed up again, kite, heal, over and over. You can just do it. Some people like that kind of play style. They like that. I can't say otherwise. But Feral, a little bit. It's not as good as Balance, right? Because if you're out in the open, most of the time you're gonna be in bear form and you can't really LOS. So you really have to burst down a player. But they have stealth, they have cyclones, so does Balanced Druids. They just have so much, right? And then we have Marksmanship Hunters. We already talked about BM. BM has the stuns, they have the self heals, they can move forever. They can camo, they can all that good shit, right? You got survival doing the same thing, being melee, doing a lot of pressure damage. I don't want to say king burst damage, but they have enough. They have a lot of survivability. Their CCs is strong. What does marksmanship bring? let's be honest here. What is the use of extra range in an arena? Right? Look at that. I'm literally fighting all these guys by myself as my shadow priest. Oh man, such good times. But anyway, Marksmanship has. Let's break it down. I'm gonna break it down for you guys. Marksmanship has one main ability, one support ability. No, two main abilities and two support abilities for rotation. Okay, so we have aim shot, which is a main, rapid fire, which is a main. Then you have steady shot, and then you have arcane. And steady shot is really to build focus, and arcane is to control your focus so you don't cap. But at the same time, with that passive, it deals a good amount of damage, which is precise shots. But we only have 4 abilities, all right? Unless you talent into other abilities. Oh, and we have multi-shot as well, but you rarely using multi-shot. Why you're rarely using multi-shot? Because a lot of the times it's really sketchy on how it is that multi-shot works. So if you throw even though there's a group of people in front of you and you use multi-shot, it might not get that proc for you to was it trick shots, that trick shot proc. That's what I feel. Unless you know there's a crap ton and you're just gonna automatically. But when there's like 3 or 4 players in front of you, a lot of the times it doesn't work. Then you have your aim shot that is a long cooldown. All right, you have to include how your cast play with your mobility and your CCs, how they all work together. And for some reason, they decided to completely just take out everything that Marksmanship Hunters was going for them. Everything. Let me lower this because I can't hear myself talk. So we have only a few abilities to use in PvE, especially. Our CCs are in DR with each other, and they break on damage, both of them. One, you hit them one time, one tick, one fly goes by that deals damage, scatter shot, and freezing trap are done. Freezing trap can be dispelled. Freezing trap can be baited. So if I want to trap a healer and a hunter sees the trap flying, the rogue can go and what's that move called? They can just teleport to the healer and boom, they can eat the trap. All right, this what other CC can you do that to in the game? I mean, obviously it goes for the same as BM and survival. But they have other things that they can do that Marksmanship can't. All right. We have our only gap opener is disengage. I mean, aspect to the cheetah is a gap opener, but it's such a long cooldown. It's such a long cooldown. You know what? Let me try getting on again. See if it works. I don't think it's gonna work. Oh, I'm logged on. Let's see if it lets me actually. Oh yes. All right. So the nope, no servers are available. I got a little hype there. So yeah, there's other things that the hunters can do that marksmanship can't. All right, especially with that stun and self healing. Those two things, if those are improved, or I think two of the three things can be improved. Most, what I would like to be improved is how our CCs work and how they are used. Why do I say that? I feel like freezing trap with as marksmanship hunter is just not good. It's just not good. Like, yeah, you can tell me, oh, get good. All you just gotta do is do this and get closer, a concussive shot and do that. But we already have a long setup time, so I have to I have to predict what's gonna happen. Somebody calls out a kill. All right, kill this person. If at that time of the window, which happens a lot in arenas, all right, kill, kill, kill. I have to press double tap, all right, or I have to press true shot. On top of that, if a CC is going on, because the CC will always be first on an enemy team player before I trap, always. If you're doing it on your own, like if you're trying to trap first, you're setting yourself up for mistakes. Okay, so you always have to go off of another CC. So I have to go and try to help kill, make sure that my trap lands on time, and then cast my damaging abilities. All right, and by that time, instead of being a true shot, it'll probably be a double tap into a rapid fire. If they say kill, 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 that means that they're probably already on the target, and at that point, you don't have time to true shot, aim shot, all that shit. You're probably just gonna double tap and finish it off with a rapid fire. But it's just not enough. It's just not enough. Our survivability, if you're playing, if you're doing duels, you can't really balance, or like they like to say all the time, you can't balance a game that is designed mostly for 3v3 for duels. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have the same thing. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're in an arena match and you're facing one person, right? Your momentum has to be way greater than the other spec. I say this because a smart enemy player is gonna know that a marksmanship hunter has to leave combat in order to gain camouflage and reset the fight, gain some health. But without camouflage and without exhilaration, like if I see a camouflage and exhilaration on your cooldowns thing on top of your bar, you're dead. I mean, yeah, you can use turtle, but I just feel like, I don't know. I guess turtle can be that other ability, but if you have turtle and exhilaration, if you have exhilaration and camouflage on cooldown, what can you really do? All you can do is hope that your freezing trap is on CD. What's going on? Get you some? How you doing? But all you can really pray for is that your freezing trap is on cooldown or off cooldown, so you can place them in a trap, so you can continue waiting for your other CDs to come up. Once aspect of the turtle is gone, you have nothing. You have nothing. scatter shot. I don't know. Like if I'm facing a rogue or a shaman or a monk or a priest, any other spec, they have what it takes uh, to beat me. Not me specifically, but a Marksmanship Hunter. You have your openers. That's where hunters. That's where Marksmanship Hunters excel. Your openers. If you have a solid opener, then your bursts are freaking impressive because they blow up cooldowns. They make people use cooldowns. Changes that I feel that should go for Marksmanship, because other than that, I feel like other than our survivability or the way our survivability works right now, other than our freezing trap, I feel like the spec actually is fun to play, and seeing those high numbers is awesome. I'm not even gonna front. I feel like it's awesome. Just that true shot cooldown is awesome. I think I just love seeing those aim shot coming off fast as hell. So abilities, I mean, I kind of went into it on my last video, but somebody brought a great suggestion, which is back in the day, or let me just put it out. The change was having freezing trap be more rewarding when landed. All right, if they want to keep it with that travel time and all that stuff. So back in the day, whenever you did get a freezing trap off, your next aim shot would be automatically crit. How awesome is that? We're strong, yeah, but we need our burst to help with our momentum. Because if I freeze trap you, if I trap you, right, and you are halfway health, my aim shot is not going to be as effective. Now I might use rapid fire instead, but I feel like an aim shot or a double tapped aim shot is just gonna take so much damage, and it gives them less time to react. But having freezing trap give you either an instant ability, or it resets your rapid fire, and if your rapid fire is already off of cooldown, it gives your rapid fire, I don't know, like a longer cast or more damage, or gives your aim shot a 100% crit chance. That could change the game a little bit, just a bit. For survivability, I don't want to say stun. Stuns are so easy. I wish we had something that can. I wish Wyvern Sting. Wyvern Sting is the perfect example. I think Wyvern Sting is the perfect example of what we need. Wyvern Sting is, that's it. That's what we need. Well, not Wyvern Sting as how it is now, because I think we still have Wyvern Sting, but it's completely different what it used to be. Wyvern Sting used to be, it just makes you go to sleep. So I hit you with that. It's an instant cast, I believe it was. Is range, and you just go to sleep for a little bit. But the reason I say that is we need something to stop people other than scatter shot, because I don't know, scatter shot, it doesn't seem like it's something that it's helping our cause. I don't know what words I'm trying to search for, But scatter, I mean, yeah, scatter shot is a little underwhelming. But I feel like Wyvern Sting is awesome only because it has a longer range, it's instant, and they just stay standing. And I don't think it used to DR with freezing trap. And with our self sustainability, I think it's awesome for us to gain some type of passive leech, and or maybe our lone wolf buff. Whenever we have lone wolf up, we get some type of leech or a heal every second, or I mean every couple seconds or something. Almost like the Warriors' third wind, I think it is. That whenever you're not dealing damage, every 3 seconds you gain a heal. I don't know, something like that. I just see myself walking around too much with no health. um, but yeah, that's how I just. It's very. I've been playing BFA now since it started, since launch, and I've been playing Marksmanship Hunter this entire time, and I feel that not even in a vacuum, but with every other spec compared to Marksmanship Hunters, they just there's a reason that they're underrepresented in any type of bracket of PvP, and that's just how I feel about it. Some people agree, some people might not agree, but that's just how I feel. Being that this is basically what I play most of the time. All right, let me take this bathroom break, and I'll be right back. I'm back. All right, I'm gonna try to log on once again. Let me just check realm status actually. Alright, looks like every single one of them is still down. They might be coming up soon because before I couldn't even get to the screen. So I'm gonna give that a couple more minutes. See how realm status is. Realm status. Yeah, they're all down still. This has to be, yeah, it's still United States. There's some that is up, it looks like. But I am unable to access those. I can't wait to play. Some goals that I have for the week. Hey, Christian. I agree, man, and it's just for all the reasons that I'm saying, you know? It's, it's unfortunate. Because when I was playing Marksmanship in Legion towards the end of Legion because I was looking for a spec that I can play. I wanted to retire my Shadow Priest. I wanted to retire my Shadow Priest after all those years. And it came down to Enhancement Shaman, Outlaw Rogue, Demon Hunter, Vengeance. I mean, not Vengeance, Havoc, or Marksmanship Hunter. And it turned out that I did, I did raid with my Havoc, and it was fun. I wasn't feeling. After seeing me going like this about the upteen thousandth time, I was like, it's just too much stuff going on my screen. I really enjoyed Outlaw. It was my first character to 120. But I stopped playing Outlaw because everybody and their mom was playing Outlaw at that point. Enhancement Shaman were actually pretty strong, and they got a real substantial nerf to a lot of their things. But that wasn't why I stopped playing it. The reason I stopped playing Enhancement was without those procs, the class feels very underwhelming. And I like to PvE too, so it just felt like it wasn't something that I was gonna like. And then Marksmanship, I played it, I got it to like 100 and something in Legion. I didn't really get to cap. But I went on the P.T.R. and tried it, and I was like, holy shit, it's a lot more simple than it was in Legion. And those casts, it's like a Chaos Ball. When that cast finishes, you're going to do a crap ton of damage. Right? But I didn't put everything into perspective. Like, I didn't put that I'm going to arena. In Legion, I PvE'd all the time with my Shadow Priest because they were having a lot of problems in PvP. And nobody wanted to take me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to know people who know that I knew how to play. But I wasn't that social. And my Marksmanship Hunter, he seemed the most... One, not a lot of people play with it. They were unique. I love kiting. Even though now I realize that kiting is not really important unless you're just in BGs or in open world PvP. Apart from that, they lack a lot. So it does suck that they're underrepresented. We don't see none of them in any other arenas. We don't see them in RBGs. A lot of hunters are getting... Now, this is the surprising part for me, that there are hunters not being invited for dungeons and Mythic Plus. I haven't had that problem whatsoever. I carry my weight. I do a lot of damage in dungeons and in Mythic, even in raids. I mean, I'm not a serious raider or a Mythic Pluser, but whenever I go in there, I don't have a problem at all. But maybe I'm missing something. Maybe at the higher ups, in those 15, I mean, not the 15, after 15 plus Mythic Pluses, maybe they are underwhelming in something that I'm not realizing. But I like how they play in PvE. The rotation can use some improving, but I like how they play in PvE.
I just feel like everything should be through our shooting. The way we, everything of ours is just range classes. So if you a sniper in real life, if you're a sniper, you trying to get camouflaged and you're gonna be there for hours. You can set up a whole bunch of traps and all that stuff. But here, your camouflage is not baseline. I'm not sure why they don't have it baseline for Marksmanship Hunters. Their silent, their interrupt is not as strong as it used to be because they used to have silencing shot. I'm not sure why they took that out. All this pruning is just driving me nuts. All this pruning, guys. You got so many specs pruned out the ass. And Marksmanship got a lot of pruning, man. A solution that I was talking about, I don't know who I was talking about aim shot with. But I was saying with aim shot, they should make aim shot a castable ability. But if you cast the entirety of aim shot without moving, it gains damage. It deals more damage. So that way, when I say more damage, I mean substantially more damage. That way you still have the option to move and cast aim shot, right? But if you stand still when you're going to cast it, it doubles or triples the damage. And then leave sniper shot as the only one that has to be casted. Like, you can't even move with it. Bursty shot should be power shot. You guys remember power shot? I think the last time I saw that move was in Mr. Pandaria. You use power shot. It hits them. It was a pretty hard hitting ability, but it hits them and knocks them back. That was an awesome ability back in the day. It hits them hard. I would have loved that. I think exhilaration should be with the same cooldown, but one major heal and then a tick. Like every second you get a hot on you, a heal over time to help out. Because it has such a long cooldown and it just heals you for like 30k, 40k. And that's it. And then it gets that on that long cooldown. It's not enough, in my opinion. Unless they add a talent. Instead of having Nature's Guidance the way it is now, where every 1 second or every 20 focus you spend reduces the cooldown by 1 second. I think that's the most garbage ability for hunters in PvP. The most garbage. See right there, I use acceleration. I could have kept healing for like an extra 6 seconds, 10 seconds or something. That would have been awesome. I think True Shot should be not on the global cooldown because of the setup time. I think double tap is enough. Obviously, they're not gonna do that because the aim shot just casts so fast while under True Shot. But I don't know. I really like the idea of being able to just True Shot and instantly cast an ability. But what you see me doing a lot is kiting using true shot. Like the person has to be slowed down. I have to disengage and use a true shot. Scatter into a true shot. Aspect of the turtle, I guess, is fine the way it is. I liked it how it was an aspect of the turtle. I think it was deterrence, and deterrence had 2 charges. I think that was awesome. How they should give marksmanship hunters deterrence back. Because one aspect of the turtle is not. I don't think it's like it doesn't fit the hunter. It's just a freaking green shell over your body for any. The only one that I feel like it kind of fits is survival. For whatever reason. But for marksmanship, it doesn't fit. And for BM, it doesn't fit. They should give marksmanship deterrence on a 2 charge but a long cooldown. Or at least give Trailblazer 2 charges and be High Mountain Torrent's Bull Rush. But you get 2 charges on a long cooldown. And when you use it, you don't knock people away or whatever. You just use it for gap opener, to help you kite more, or LOS faster. But what I mean about with Trailblazer and having those 2 charges, whenever you Trailblaze for 3 seconds without taking damage, you heal. That'll be Trailblazer. I would use that over in BGs. I would use that version of Trailblazer over Camouflage because you're able to heal. That'll be fun too. Like you press Trailblazer, you move, like you sprint for 3 seconds, and if you don't take damage, you heal. It brings a lot to the plate. It brings a lot, in my opinion. It changes your play style. It changes the way you deal with things. That'll be awesome. I think Sniper Shot is fine the way it is. Way better than how it was in the beginning. I'm just looking at all the abilities that we have to see what kind of changes I would make. Obviously, everybody wants to have post haste baseline, but I don't think that should be a thing. Binding shot is so awesome for BMs because, like I said, they're always moving. They're always on the. It's just, oh my god, BM has it good, man. Boom. Yeah, Binding Shot. I think Binding Shot would be awesome. If it was... It used to be baseline, I believe. And it was a stun. But that's just giving too much. I remember when Disengage used to put like a net over everybody in front of you. That was awesome too. It took that away. So all we really do have is post haste for Disengage. That's it. We have just a lot of let's I want to check out our talents. See if the realms are up again. No, it looks like they're still down. Alright. Hold on. Marksmanship Hunter talents. our talent trees used to look so like not just look, but the synergy within the talent tree was so much better. So what's happening with Serpent Sting and Murder Crow? Serpent Sting is literally taking up a spot. I had Matasso, that other Marksmanship Hunter. He really tried making me believe that Serpent Sting was gonna be awesome. It eats too many globals. It eats too many globals. Now, if they said your arcane shot leaves a dot on a target whenever you use arcane shot, then I would have liked that a lot more than this. And if your say Serpent Sting affects a regular arcane shot, right? But a precise shot arcane will double the dot. That will make it much better, even though we don't want dots because of our freezing trap and stuff and scatter shot. But they have this there. Murder of Crows is good, but it eats a lot of focus, and being that our main ability uses a lot of focus, it comes down to you really have to, if you want Murder of Crows, you really have to play with, oh, I can't change it. I'm trying to get into the tools, talent calculator, hunter, marksmanship. Alright, if you really want to play with Murder of Crows, you have to play either these two, alright, because this uses focus, streamline, and you want to have surging shots. Because if you have surging shots with streamline, then it helps gaining focus without having to sacrifice. Because that's what the one thing I hate about having Murder of Crows, even explosive shot, but I can deal with explosive shot. But with Murder Crows, what I really dislike is that whenever if I use an aim shot into a Murder Crows, I have to rapid fire and then aim shot again. If that's the case, that aim shot I need to have a steady shot in between that last aim shot because of how much focus I just used. Alright. So you have to have streamline, and you can go either double tap with lethal shots and lock and load, or calling the shots. Just because of that, because whenever you use Murder of Crows, you have to keep in mind your focus. You have to keep in mind that if you use it, am I going to be able to use an aim shot right after? So most likely than not, especially since it resets, more likely than not, immediately after Murder of Crows, you're going to be using rapid fires. It's just the way it's going to be. Because you can't go into start steady shotting. But steady shot takes so long to cast, and rapid fire does a lot of damage plus gives you focus. So most of the time, you're going to use a rapid fire after Murder of Crows. Careful aim. Should it be baseline? That's the question. Should careful aim be baseline? Now, I'll say this. If volley and explosive shot weren't here, and it were different ones that actually make an impact, then no, I don't think careful aim should be a baseline passive. But considering how volley and explosive shot work, makes you wonder, why is this here when we have an AoE ability? So since it's AOE, and then single target, who kind of translates into AOE, right? And it actually works better in AOE unless it's a massive amounts of people. They use explosive shot. This should be baseline, and we should have barrage over here, right? Because volley should even exist, in my opinion. If volley exists, it should be an active ability that you use. It shouldn't be this. It should be volley should be because the fantasy, man, like you're shooting an arrow or bullet, and then bullets all of a sudden summon from the sky. The fantasy doesn't fit, in my opinion. And the damage doesn't fit. So I would say volley should just be completely changed, and barrage should be put there, right? Or barrage should be put over careful aim over here, and then careful aim. If careful aim is taken out, it should be passive. That's how I feel. This is okay. I think natural mending is completely garbage. For a PvP talent, you're always going to pick camouflage. And then Trailblazer, what's the point? What's the point of Trailblazer? Like, you can have it in a playstyle where you can escape, you're moving, you're trying to get to a target faster, and this is PvP I'm talking about. In PvE, it doesn't have too much. Maybe in a Mythic Plus, but why would you take this over natural mending? I don't know. I think Trailblazer, something should be added to Trailblazer to give you some type of self-healing, like these two. Movement by itself as Marksmanship Hunter is not enough to have this the way it is. Because again, kiting is useful, but when it comes to arenas or rated battlegrounds, well, I guess in rated battlegrounds, kiting is great because of you can help with the flag carry and stuff. But if you're attacking, your Trailblazer is not working. So this should become some type of active ability that increases your movement speed and kind of heal you. Alright, so my thing would be a passive where, alright, you get to, if you're moving at 30% speed, you gain a passive heal, etc., etc. I think these three are fine. I just feel like steady focus doesn't have a place in our playstyle. It did in the beginning of BFA because it synergized well with lethal shots. And lethal shots used to be the ability where, or passive, where every steady shot, well, how was it? I think steady shot gave you a stack of lethal shots where at 5 stacks your aim shot automatically crits. And since you wanted to have steady shots as quickly as possible to stack them up, these fit together really good, but you overcapped. And right now, since they changed lethal shots, where does it really play? You know, like, yeah, you can make a build like I did that one time, which it was, the machine gun build. And it's fun, but you're not going to really use that because it's not viable. It's just not viable. Even with steady aim traits, steady focus is not viable. One is a lot of setup time. 2, steady aim trait, even stacked 3 times, doesn't provide. Like, you have to. So, for instance, if you want to run steady focus with steady aim trait, right? And the whole thing is, I'm going to get my 5 stacks and then blow them up with one aim shot, all right? By the time I finish casting one aim shot and taking a chunk of damage from a target that has 100% health, by the time you're done, stacking 5 and then casting an aim shot, whether or not you're including any of your cooldowns like double tap or true shot, I probably would have been killed the target. Because you gotta cast a slow, steady shot, then cast a. Hold on, it takes stacking up to 2 times. So after the second steady shot, your steady shot becomes like 0.7 cast or 0.6 speed cast. So you gotta do it 5 times, and then you have to cast an aim shot. All right. So by the time you're finished doing all that, my target is almost dead. If I don't use this talent with that steady aim trait. So right there, boom, is out the window. This is garbage. Where in this game is steady focus gonna work? I just feel like right now they don't. Since they had that trait in mind, that steady aim trait, I think the whole purpose of steady focus was to give you a playstyle with lethal shots and the steady aim trait. And now that it's not there, it's a completely useless talent. Like, yeah, you can have fun with it, like I said, with the talent that I had before, but it's not doing you anything. How I would change steady focus? I honestly wouldn't change. We used to have steady focus before, and it used to be a passive for years. Or not necessarily steady focus, but whenever you casted 2 steady shots, you gained steady focus. Or focus. I forgot what the passive was. But we had that for years. Sorry about the airplane, guys. But now we have as a talent, and that talent is not giving us any. It's just not doing anything. I think Hunter's Mark is pretty okay. I like when the target dies, you gain 20 focus. Especially if you're I think Hunter's Mark is fine. Even 5% is okay. I mean, that's a 5% on all your abilities. And then Streamline is okay. You know, they synergize well. This synergizes good with basically any build, and this synergizes well with your steady focus. Not steady focus. With your focused fire and surging shots traits. Born to be Wild. In PvP, Born to be Wild is only great if you're not the kill target, and you can combine it with Ranger's Finesse. Ranger's Finesse is a million times better than Natural Aim, Natural Mending, and these two combined are awesome. But Post Haste and Binding Shot, Post Haste especially, because it takes you out of roots or snares, and it gives you an increase in speed. This and is on a 20-second cooldown, so this right here is by far the strongest. I feel like Binding Shot has way too long of a cooldown, 45 seconds. Why? And it doesn't even have, if used on 2 targets or 3 targets, it reduces the cooldown. 45-second cooldown on a root If it's 45 seconds, it should be a stun. All right. So one, this is I feels out of place. This feels like it should be in 45 tier, and then Trailblazer should be in 75, but with an extra passive or mechanic added to it. All right, and then lethal shots. If we didn't have surging shots, I can see how lethal shots can have a little bit more not viability, but a little bit more interesting to play with. But surging shots completely makes his talent like boring. Because the only use you're gonna really get out of it is in mass AOE, where your surging shot is not gonna always proc. Barrage is okay. Double tap is awesome. I wish Barrage was like if there was only one target that you're targeting, then it'll deal mad damage to that one target. But Barrage has been the same for a long time. Now, for the last tier, I feel that Piercing Shot should be where Lethal Shots is at. And then we should get a different ability for to replace Piercing Shot down here. The reason I say that is Piercing Shot is just very lackluster. Very lackluster. Long cooldown, semi-long cooldown, and moderately high focus cost. And it deals garbage damage. Garbage damage. Even when ignoring armor, it's just garbage. That is a no bueno. Lock and load and calling the shots are great. It appears that all these rounds are still offline, but it is what it is. So again, I would change Serpent Sting. I will either move Careful Aim from here or make it into a passive. Trailblazer should be changed somehow. Natural Mending should actually give you a dot, or not a dot, a hot, like a heal over time, on top of the reducing the remaining cooldown. Steady Focus does not belong in our playstyle at all unless it becomes something that's passive, like we used to have it. But even as a passive, it's not meaningful. It doesn't really bring anything to Marksmanship Hunters. The only reason I like it is because you could just, cast fast and after the first two casts. Born to be Wild should be put here because it adds to your survivability, or here I mean. Piercing Shot should be put up here, and then we should get a brand new ability or completely take off Piercing Shot. Lethal Shots should be completely taken off as well. Doesn't synergize. Alright, let's check out the PvP talents. Something that we struggle with PvP is that we have a lot of options that does the same thing that we have baseline. Alright. Dragon Scale Armor is self-explanatory. We'll know what it is when it's useful when you're facing when you're facing dot eccentric classes or specs. High Explosive Trap is awesome. I feel like that is an awesome trap. Can't really go wrong with it unless you're doing arenas. Then you have better options. Hunting pack. Why is it that aspect of the cheetah is at a 3-minute cooldown, anyways? That's my question. I think we have 2 specs in the game that gives us this already. Where when you use your sprint move, I know maybe one. I think it's bear druids. They have that one, or not just bear druids. I think druids can just spec into giving your group increased movement speed. I don't feel like I need this. And when I do feel like I need it, I still have better options than this. Ranger's Finesse is great. I like Ranger's Finesse. But it's not as strong as some. Roar Sacrifice. Look, we have Roar Sacrifice. Makes you immune to critical strikes, right? But yet we have Scorpion Sting, which reduces physical critical strike chance. Sniper Shot is awesome for what it is. I really like that you get that increase in range. And it does good damage. It does good damage. I mean, it's great if you go into Sniper Shot. It's a great opening ability because if you open up with an aim shot, you can't double tap into a rapid fire, or you have to use a global to go from aim shot double tap into a rapid fire. Because double tap rapid fire is strong. It's way stronger than double aim. So if you double tap sniper into a rapid fire, that's a great opener. Spider Sting is useful. I mean, it is useful. So I guess in comps where they have balanced druids, warlocks, or shadow priests, this is pretty cool. Survival tactics is probably one of our strongest ones, and I wish this was already baked into Feign Death, but it isn't. But it's used most of the time. You can do some nice plays with it. You can expect getting hit by using this before it, and it takes away all the. Now, I don't think Feign Death baseline should remove harmful magic effects. I think that should be baked in Dragon Scale armor. Or something along those lines. And then baseline for Feign Death, it should be damage taken is reduced by a percentage. True Shot Mastery is awesome in BGs, and the reason I like True Shot Mastery is not even just the reduction in cooldown of True Shot. The reason I like it is because if you use up all your focus and you do it, if you use up all your focus, you just did a lot of damage. But True Shot Mastery gives your True Shot the ability to give you full focus. So not only did you unload and unleash a bunch of damage and stuff, you literally are going to do that again, but even faster right after. So I think that's why this is awesome, and a lot of people are using this over survival tactics in comps that you don't you know, don't have any people using dots and stuff like that. So this is a good. This is good. This is something that really changes your play style, and something that I really like that they include and stuff like that. We used to have raw sacrifice as baseline for your pet. I miss your pets being able to switch, like talent trees. Like they used to be ferocity. You can either be ferocity, cunning, or tenacity for every pet. And I also miss having talent trees for your pets. Now they're just literally, they are literally walking dots. There are they are dots that you can control, damage over time that you can control. All right, and that brings some benefits like master's call and stuff like that. But damn, I miss that. I don't even care for my pet as like I do, like I used to. And then Viper Sting stings the target, reducing their healing done. This I don't get. So if I cast it, this is like only for like druids, right? So if I'm fighting a druid and they're putting those instant casts on them and all these hots on them, then their healing is reduced by 30%. But the moment, like if you shoot it at a holy priest or a paladin, gone. So one, it has a small window, 6 seconds, and then two, the moment they heal, one time, like one casted ability, it's gone. I think these things are just complete, just utter trash. Especially since we used to have Scorpion Sting for the get-go. We used to have that baseline. I don't know what they're doing, man. I feel like all this pruning and all this crap sucks. Yeah. I feel like our PvP talents is just, it's not fun. Our PvP talents are not fun. 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 are fun. Or a scatter shot. Scatter shot is your default. You always have to run a scatter shot. You cannot like not pick it. And why am I talking about all this stuff? Why recently have I been giving marksmanship that look like something has to be changed? And it's because 8.2 is about to come out. 8.2 is about to come out, and being that we have so many, I don't want to say so many issues, but we definitely have issues. There's no changes. There's no changes in 8.2 whatsoever. There's no changes to anything. To Azerite traits, there's no changes to abilities. There's no changes to damage. All we're getting is the new essences, which I did. Let's see. I doubt it's up. Let's check if the P.T.R. is up. I doubt it. So let's check the P.T.R. I didn't even realize that the P.T.R. was actually working. So in the P.T.R, I've been checking out all the essences, and there's that true shot essence is very fun. Let me edit this. All right. All right. So it looks like I got taken away from here. Let's see. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys the essences when I go to the hunter trainer. There's this place that you can like test it out. I just gotta go to Ogremar because there's no class trainers here in those over there. So we can check out some essences real quick. So yeah, all we're getting is new essences. All right, there's no extra damage modifiers that we're getting or whatever. It's not like there's no changes. What we are right now is exactly how we're gonna go into 8.2 with the addition of these essences. Which essences are great in PvP? Disabled vet, hope all has been well your way, Lone Wolf. I've been busy with real life stuff. That's why I haven't been on in a while. Glad to see you're still doing content. What's going on, bro? Yeah, I'm just hanging out, man. I think I just came back from like a two week streaming break, so I feel you on that, Papa. Just hanging out and checking stuff out, talking about hunters and stuff like that. But I'm glad you're around, man. I hope you're doing great. You and the family and all that good stuff. All right, so we're here at the, and if you guys want to check this out, you can do that. And hold on, let me put my thing in vibrate so you guys don't hear that. All right, so sorry about that. Usually when my girl texts me, something's going on. So, but anyway, if you guys want to try out your essences, all you need to do is go to your class trainer, talk to him, and to the proving grounds, and all your essences work. Just in case you didn't know that. So let's right click, empty slot. Now, what are we gonna use in PvP? All right, so what's gonna happen is you're gonna be able to use one and get both passives. Yeah, we'll have to def hook up again. Sunshine BGs, glad you and the family are doing well. Sure, man. I'm gonna stream again on Thursday. I'm streaming on Thursday, so if you want to hop on and you got the opportunity, 11 a.m. I'm gonna stream. All right, buddy. So yeah, man. I'll be glad because it was fun playing with you guys. All right. So with the essences, your main slots. So say I want to use this. When you put something on your main slot, then you will have access to both passives. Whatever the major power is and whatever the minor power is. All right, most of you guys know about this stuff like that, right? Pretty sure you guys do. So from all these, which are the ones that we're going to use in PvP? I believe I want to have Vision of Perfection. All right, Vision of Perfection is so awesome. It plays so well. I wish with Vision of Perfection, I wish the where it says when you activate True Shot, immediately heal for 5% maximum health. I wish it was when True Shot activates, you heal for 5% health. Because Vision of Perfection gives you a proc, and when it procs, you are able to use Vision of Perfection for 35% of its base duration. All right. So you get to use it for a few seconds, but you get that proc, not super often, but consistently. So that 5% should be when True Shot activates. But anyways, we still lack in survivability, and in BGs, I feel like there's this one ability. Here it is. This ability, called the Crucible of Flame, you can damage a target or use it on yourself and gain healing. All right, and it has a 3 charge rotation. All right, it has 2 charges, but it gives a stack that, here, let me read it for you. Each cast of Concentrated Flame deals 100% increased damage or healing, and this bonus resets after the 3rd cast. Okay, so by the 3rd time that you're casting this Concentrated Flame or whatever, you're doing triple the healing or triple the damage. All right, I feel like this is what we're gonna use when we want healing, like in BGs and stuff. And it's gonna deal a lot of damage, especially with the 3rd one, because with the 3rd one you're gonna be hitting. I mean, I'm 400. I don't know 400, so I'm gonna be hitting more than 30k with the last one. All right, and it's on a 2 charge. It's on 2 charges. And your passive is your spells and abilities have a chance to cauterize your target for, it's just a dot. Alright, and if you use it on yourself, look at that. It gives you a healing, some amount of healing for 10 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. So you can heal yourself and you can gain a heal over time. But you guys got to remember, every spec has access to Crucible of Flame. Every spec has access to all these abilities. So yes, we're going to gain new abilities through these essences. But we must remember that we're not the only ones gaining these abilities. Alright, so it's not like this is like unique to us. And that's why I'm kind of scared for the 8.2 patch and Marksmanship Hunters, because there's a lot of specs that are gaining. I mean, most of the time they're getting nerfed, but some of them are getting subtle changes to abilities. Some are getting buffed, and on top of everything we spoke about earlier, they have more things than Marksmanship Hunter has. All right. So for healing on the for the first major, oh wait, the minor doesn't work for us because the minor we have to do a heal. So the only way this will proc for a heal for us is if we use exhilaration. So scratch that. But if you find yourself needing to get healed, Crucible of Flame can fill that gap. Okay. Now, when you're not in a when you don't need that healing and you're in an arena setting or in a BG where you're getting heals and stuff like that, then without a doubt, in my opinion, Vision of Perfection is gonna just be hands down one of the greatest things that comes to Marksmanship Hunters. All right, so again, I'm gonna read it to you guys. Your spells and abilities have a chance to activate True Shot for 35% of its base duration. So you're gonna have. I'm gonna show it to you guys in a little bit. So True Shot just comes out of nowhere. Mending, but we don't have mending. That's survival. Pet healing. What's going on with Tazo? I don't know about pets though. Pet healing. That's hilarious. Um, so when you're in an arena, most likely we're gonna get like some type of weak aura or something showing that we have the proc because we're not gonna constantly look up. Even though I'm probably gonna play that way, you're gonna notice that my aim shot gets casted like this, and my rapid fire cooldown gets reduced. All right. So this is gonna be awesome. And when you activate True Shot, you're gonna get healed. All right. So I feel like this one, not much of a heal, but it's something. On top of that, the minor power for this, it reduces the cooldown by 13% and increases your versatility by 79. So you're getting the reduction, plus you're getting a bit more of survivability. Okay, not much, but just a tiny bit. And then when you activate it, you get the 5% health. So again, I feel like this will be our main one. Let's look at the other ones. World Vine Resonance. All right. Is a 2-minute cooldown. Concentrate energy into the heart of Azeroth, immediately causing 3 lifeblood shards to erupt from the nearby ground. What is a life shard? What is a lifeblood shard? A lifeblood. Every 1 to 25 seconds, a lifeblood shard erupts from the nearby ground for 18 seconds, granting you and any other ally using World Vine Resonance 154 primary stat while within garbage. So basically, when you press the active ability, you're gonna get 3 stacks. I'm guessing, unless each lifeblood shard doesn't like stack on top of each other. Let me just try it out. I'm trying to use it. Oh, here it is. All right, let's check it out. I'm gonna use it. Boom. There's 1, 2, 3. Oh, so they do stack. So I do get 462. So this can be a great thing to prop with your True Shot aura. You gain agility. But is it as useful as Vision of Perfection? In my opinion, no. It's on a 2-minute cooldown. You don't actively keep getting those true shots. Okay? And the reduction is just so powerful for Marksmanship Hunter right now. I will main that juicy crit damage, 50% crap in 3s. That juicy crit, bro. In season 3. Alright, so where was I at? So we can use that in BGs. Like, say you want to do, you know, those montage. People like to make montages where aim shot does serious damage. You know what I'm saying? So this is great to give your aim shot more damage. I don't find that to be useful because the minor is just that. The minor is like that one trait where it comes out and you have to stand in it in order to gain like the primary stat. And you have to be near it. So, not a fan. Even for the regular active ability, you have to be near it in order for it to proc. Alright, so I don't think we're going to be using this on a regular basis, if at all. Alright, I'm going to check out the Unbound Force. We already checked out Vision Perfection, Unbound Force. Unleash the forces within the heart of Azeroth, causing shards of Azerite to strike your target for fire damage over 2 seconds. This damage is increased by 300% if it critically strikes. Which is pretty, I mean, you just times it by 3, right? So that's going to be 24,000 on a 45-second cooldown. Each time the Unbound Force causes a critical strike, it immediately strikes the target with an additional Azerite Shard up to a maximum of 5. So this is like let me see if I can put it on. Yeah. Put it over here. Alright. Target down. Okay, so it's just like what's the passive? I was gonna say it's just like Frost Mage's shards when you have that one when you shoot like one insta spike or whatever. Okay, so I got 4 stacks. Oh wow! So the passive is you gain 100% crit. So you kind of want to play with it in a way where you want to maximize your crit. So you don't passively gain crit. It's just a stack. It's just a stack that keeps going on, going on. So if you want this to actually work, right? I wonder if it actually takes 45-second cooldown to get to 14 stacks. What's going on, Zork? You should have seen it, bro. I was playing that BG we did that one time. I was showing people way earlier in the video. Welcome, buddy. Welcome. Alright, so I have, boom. And that's when I want to use this ability. Everything is critting. Listen, if you think I'm going to wait 45 seconds for this goddamn thing to proc, you got to be kidding me. There's a new arena. I'll check it out. Okay. So this doesn't play with our play style. 45 seconds to gain that, and we don't have that much damage uptime because of our casts. Right? So for instance, if I'm casting aim and I have to move, that stack's being missed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just gonna happen. So that's uptime. Now, obviously, if I use rapid fire, it's just gonna be coming up and all that stuff. And if I use an aim shot, it'll probably come up, etc. But the uptime on it is not gonna be as great. So, unbound force for us, negative, in my opinion. I already showed you Crucible of Flame, but let me show you more, okay? So I can use it on myself. I gained for 10 grand, all right? And I can use it again, and I healed. Oh, it actually procs off itself. So that's the, okay, so it does proc off itself. I thought it was just, it says on the tooltip that your spells and abilities have a chance to cauterize and give you heal. So I thought it was just your spells and abilities. I guess this is a spell that you're using. And then on your third one, oh, I used it on the freaking target. I used it on the target. What am I? I'm a dumbass. But I would have healed for the same amount of damage that I just dealt. So it's 10k, 20k, 30k heal. That's where I feel like that might be. Hold on, I got this guy talking in the background. Priest. Let me see if I can put some music. Sometimes I play this and they still give me a copyright strike. So, but anyways, so I'm gonna aim at myself. Boom, got healed for 10k. I got the time over heal, or the heal over time. And then, so the first thing I'll probably do is throw out one stack because it lasts 3 minutes. So I'll just throw out, I'll immediately use one stack because 10k is not going to heal for too much. Like in the beginning of a game or something. The second heal does do a okay heal, right? Especially if it crits. Oops, wrong one. Boom, 20k. Alright, and if I want the third heal, boom. That's pretty substantial. That's why I feel like Concentrated Flame is going to be something that we use if we want that survivability. Alright? So you're not going to go wrong. And if you don't need the survivability, if you don't need that heal, you can use it to deal damage. So it can be part of your finisher. You know, right after a rapid fire, boom, you use Cauterizing Flame or Crucible of Flame. Alright, let's go for the next one. Ripple in Space. 1.5 minute cooldown. Create an Azerite beacon at a target location. After 2 seconds, the Heart of Azeroth will relocate you to this beacon and deal fire damage. So, in one of the videos I was talking about, or was it a video? I remember talking about a change where we should have a shot that when we shoot it, it teleports us there, or whatever. Right? It's kind of sort of the same thing where you can just shoot it, and wherever it lands, you reappear there somehow. So this is actually something that is exactly like that, except. All right, let me change it real quick. I didn't change it. Ripple in Space. So let me read it one more time, just so I can get a whole. For 10 seconds after being relocated, you take 10% reduced damage. Your movement speed is increased by 5%, and when you move more than 25 yards within 4 seconds, you gain. And when you move more than 25 yards within 4 seconds, I can see applications for this, but is it gonna be our main one? Maybe. If you want to play those crazy ass games. All right, so if I want to deal damage to this guy, oh, it has a short range. I'm not liking that. But basically, you put it down. I'm gonna teleport in 2 seconds. Boom, move away, and I should be able to gain a shit ton of agility, which makes me hit harder. How do I feel about that? I actually like it. I actually like it. It's something new, something awesome. But again, every spec is gonna have this thing, this essence. Your movement reality shift. Your movement speed is increased by 5%, and when you move more than, also all I gotta do is move, and I already get that. Wow, listen to that. So the minor is that you always get the passive where every time you move, or your movement speed is increased by 5 seconds. But whenever you move more than 25 yards within 4 seconds, you gain 540. But it only activates once every 30 seconds. That's the catch. That's the catch. You can only use it once every 30 seconds. So it definitely seemed pretty well for kiting because we're always on the move when it comes to kiting. And when you teleport, you actually gain that buff. Boom. So I already got that buff for doing that. Boom. I like the damage aspect of it. I like that you get that 540 agility. Once every 30 seconds, yep. The once every 30-second part just killed it for me. You can set up for it and everything, but there's other ones that's going to be a lot more valuable. Alright, so let's go on to the next one, which is Purification Protocol. Alright. Call is a 1-minute cooldown. Call down a purifying beam upon the target area, dealing 22k fire damage over 6 seconds. Has a low chance of immediately annihilating any specimen deemed unworthy. I'm pretty sure that's not going to work for players. When an enemy dies within the beam, your damage is increased by 10%. That's not good might be good in BGs, not really. Maybe. I mean, it's a 6-second dot. But they have to stay in that area. So let's check it out. Oh, I'm in combat. Let's check it out. Purification Protocol. All right. So they have to. It doesn't move. They have to stay there. I don't have any stuns. All right. I have to get into binding shot to root them. I don't think that's going to be something that we're going to use. It sounds awesome, right? But if we had a stun, that would be awesome. Because after that, if we kill them, you get the 10% increased damage. Alright, the minor passive is Mother has an added purification protocol to your Heart of Azeroth, allowing your damaging spells and abilities to release a blast of Azerite energy at your target, dealing 5k damage to any target within 8 yards, and heals you. Alright. So every 5 seconds. No. So you have a chance for your damaging abilities to deal extra damage, and then you get to heal. You get a minor heal. By the way, I had no CDs. I guess you looked it up, Zork. I'm gonna make that into a BG, bro. You just wait. All right, sounds good, man. That was so funny, man. That was awesome that day. All right. I haven't noticed. There it is, right there. Boom, and I get the heal. Every that heal is barfufu. Would I make it into a passive if the heal was stronger? Yes. But I like. Actually, no. Versus the Crucible of Flame, this passive is straight garbage. I think the minor trait of the Crucible of Flame won't work on you if you only have it at a minor. I remember that, man. That was it. That was that was an awesome like just that like I was saying it earlier. Out of all the thousands of people that I could have queued up with, you came into that BG with me. That was priceless, man. That was priceless. I'm never gonna forget that. All right. So I don't think this is good for us. Like I said, the target has to stay in place, and we don't have stuff to have that. And it deals damage on a 1 minute cooldown. When Crucible of Flame has a 2 charge system on a 30-second cooldown, and you can heal yourself and deal damage. So no brainer. All right, let's see the Memory of Lucid Dreams. Major power, 3 minute cooldown. Clear your mind and attune yourself with the Heart of Azeroth, increasing your focus generation by 100% and your leech by 623 for 12 seconds. That is insane. Your spells and abilities have a chance to refund 50% of the focus spent on them, heal you for 11k. Let's check this out because this passive is straight awesome, dude. Alright, let's check this out. We have, I think we're only going to be able to get 2 minor slots, and then that's it. Because listen, with the Lucid Dream minor power, there'll be time. Murder of Crows and Explosive Shot might be the answer because of the spell refund. You know what I'm saying? Let's check it out. I already have it on. Put it on there. I already have it on there. All right. So I'm going to use all my things. Oops. I was trying to use all my focus. I'm going to use all my focus. I haven't got the proc yet. I may keep casting Arcane. Oh no. I'm so mad. It's I was using a copyrighted song. I'm just gonna leave the music off. I'm so mad. All right, so I got the proc there. My versatility is at 500, which gives me around 6% versatility. You know, just extra damage. It heals you for 11k, gives you versatility, and it refunds. That's a good minor trait for us. That's a good minor trait for us. I'm not even gonna front. Let's see how it feels. This is almost as if the on-use ability is almost like Vampiric Embrace for Shadow Priest. So I'm gonna waste my focus so I can have 0. Pop it. My focus regeneration should be a lot higher. And my leeches increase. So I guess I can't see my heals. That wasn't as amazing as I thought it was going to be. The passive, or not the passive, but the on use, 12 seconds. I think that cooldown for we already struggle with this exhilaration being a 2 minute. This is a 3 minute cooldown. I will 100% use this as a minor. So far I have Vision of Perfection as my first. I won't be using this as a minor power because again, let me check. Oh, it's in a long ass cooldown. I think I might use this as, because that's a nice minor, especially because of the healing. All right, let's go to the next one. Essence of Focusing Iris. Focus excess Azerite energy into the heart of Azeroth, then expel that energy outward, dealing a crap ton of damage to all enemies in front of you over 3 seconds. Wow. And it's usable on the move. Definitely going to test that out. That's insane. But let's check the minor. The minor power. Your damaging spells and abilities grant you 34 haste for 4 seconds, stacking up to 10 times. So it's just, there's no chance. It's just, you just get that haste. This haste is lost if you stop using spells abilities against the initial target. So it'll ramp up again. This is definitely a PvE ability. When you have no stacks of focus energy, generate 3 stacks from your first damaging spell of ability. Or ability. So this is one of those this is a PvE ability. The 84k is pretty substantial. And I'm gonna check it out right now. Check it out on my healing. Give me my thing here. Damage done. Alright. And then here we go. That's strong. And you can move while doing it. It did 101,000 damage. On a 1.5 minute cooldown. The only thing I'm not liking about this is that you have to be close. And the passive is not too good for us because the moment you touch another target, you lose all your stacks. And obviously we're gonna always change things. So 100% PvE ability, or yeah, essence. I don't think I'm gonna use this. Great on use though. That's a great on use. All right, conflict and strife. Here we go. This is going to be something that many people are going to want to use for PvP. Let's check it out if it's strong enough to compete with Vision of Perfection. Right? This is not mathematics. I'm all anecdotal. I apologize for those guys, for you guys who want everything to be mathematical, right? Because obviously it has its perks. But in my opinion, let's check it out. Teaches you the following PvP talent and allows it to use against all enemies of Azeroth. Alright, so now I have... So now I automatically, with this essence, I automatically have Explosive Trap. And I don't have to spec into Explosive Trap. Alright? So, most likely, what's going to happen is our PvP talents aren't going to change. They're just not going to change because we didn't use Explosive Shot to begin with. We used Survival Tactics. But I can see how Explosive Trap is pretty awesome to use. I need to level up my neck to get that. Yeah, man. What level is your neck? I'm actually on the process of maxing it out. I think my neck is at 49. And if it's not 49, it's most likely 48. But I don't really farm for Azerite. But probably in a week or two, I should have it at 50. But when considering our PvP talents, we're still going to run the exact same setup. Such a pain in the butt, man. Alright. While you are stunned, the defensive benefit from your versatility is doubled. Alright. So, for instance, I have 9 versatility. If I'm stunned, I get 18% versatility, which is pretty nice. I can't say that's bad. Dispelling, interrupting, or applying a loss of control effect grants a stack of strife, which is versatility granted by strife is doubled for the next 5 seconds. Alright, so what is strife? Strife is a minor power and is a passive, which your spells and abilities have a chance to increase your versatility by 174 for 14 seconds, stacking up to 8 times. Wow. Being the victim of a loss of control of movement and parry effect also grants a stack of strife. So basically, it's all versatility, right? So you get, if you get stunned, dispelling, most likely we're gonna get it from interrupting and from freezing trap. When we interrupt the freezing trap, we get 1 stack of strife. And the versatility from strife is doubled when you use a freezing trap or interrupt, okay? Or a scatter shot, I'm pretty sure. So you get 1 stack, which is 174 for me right now. And if I use an interrupt or a loss of, or if I apply a loss of a control effect, then it doubles. So instead of 174 when you interrupt, you get double that, all right? Which is awesome. I mean, you're going to get what, over 300? 348 or something like that? Versatility? Just for applying, and it stacks up to 8 times. So imagine, let's check it out. I already have it on. Let's check it out. So if I have this at 8 stacks, right? Because the longest it goes is 8 stacks. 8 stacks already. What? I got 8 stacks, so my versatility now is at 14%. Oh, okay, it's at 12%. And obviously, as an orc, you also get a chance for versatility, which I did get, which is awesome. And I'm at 28% versatility. And with that trinket proc, which is making my damage do stupid amounts of damage. Alright? Hey! That was all versatility. I literally had 28% versatility. Woo! Alright. So that's pretty strong. Now my thing is, will I use this over Vision of Perfection? That's tough. That's tough. Obviously, you get that extra PvP time, but as a hunter, as a Marksmanship Hunter, is that super valuable? You get a trap to blow people away. Your versatility goes crazy. So imagine, guys, right? So I'm gonna hit this guy. I already have. It's not even a chance. It's every spell that you use gives you a stack. All right, so you always running around with A stacks. Always, you're always gonna be having A stacks, which gives me 5%. Well, it gives me 3% versatility. Right, but the cool part is if you get stunned, then you get double of this right here, right? The defense benefit from your versatility, or the defense benefit. So it will decrease my damage by double. So instead of me having 5.86, decrease in damage, I will probably get like 11.6 or some shit like that. Decrease in damage taken. I can definitely see how that would help. Easy. I'm just looking if there's a target dummy that can do something else, but so is it worth doing? I think it would. I think for Marksmanship, it actually might be a contender. Because we need that survivability in stuns. But remember, again, every spec is going to gain at least the first part about the versatility and all that stuff if you go into conflict and strife. So I see not every PvPer, I see a lot of PvPers gonna go with this because they're gonna gain the extra. A lot of other specs have better choices for their PvP talents that you get passively with this. I just feel that high explosive trap is not that incredible. I mean, it has its uses. I just like this because of the versatility. So I don't know. Most likely we're just going to play with it because we get so much versatility. But let's continue on. Let's move on. I'm going to make this into, by default, it is safe to play with it. But if you want more damage, I would go for Vision of Perfection. Let's go with Condensed Life. I got to get out of combat. Alright, Condensed Life Force. Major power. Call upon Azeroth to summon a Guardian of Azeroth to aid you in combat for 30 seconds. Every 8 seconds, the Guardian launches a volley of Azerite spikes at its target, dealing 6,000 damage to all nearby enemies. Each time the Guardian Azerite casts a spell, you gain 4% haste, stacking up to 5 times, so you basically get 20% haste. And it ends when he dies. So every 8 seconds, it looks like every 8 seconds you're going to get that. So I'm going to target this guy. Boom. He's up. That's 1, 2, 3, and then in the 8th second he's going to cast that volley. Boom. So you just get 20% increased haste the whole time. I think this is the PvE ability again. Your spells and abilities have a high chance to impale your target with a spike of Azerite, causing 5,000 damage. When an Azerite spike deals damage, all damage you deal against that target is increased. Alright, so whenever I hit somebody, you're gonna see that little like Azerite animation, I feel. Let's see if it shows up. Still haven't seen it. Well, I wonder what's the... Have a high chance to impale your target. I have not. There's one. Boom. So now he takes 10% increased damage. That's too random for me. You get no type of survivability at all with this. So right off the bat, as awesome as it looks, as awesome as it feels, because it does feel pretty awesome, and you get all that haste, that's not going to be an ability that we use. Alright? In my opinion. Alright, and then the last one that we're going to cover, and then I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, come back, and test it out actually in combat, alright? Like actually moving around, I want to show you guys Vision of Perfection, how it looks in combat. Alright, Blood of the Enemy. It has a 1.5 minute cooldown. The Heart of Azeroth erupts violently, dealing 25k damage to enemies within 12 yards. You gain 25% critical strike chance against the target for 15 seconds and increases your critical hit damage by 35%. This is what Mataso was talking about. He wants this one. Alright? Let's see what the minor power is. Your critical strikes and spells and abilities grant a stack of Blood Soak, increasing critical strike by 13. Upon reaching 40 stacks, you gain 730 haste for 8 seconds. Blood Soaked has 25 chance of only consuming 30 stacks. Alright, so the power of Blood of the Enemy is that you're going to be able to gain a huge burst window. Huge burst window. Alright, so what you want to do is you're going to double tap, right? And then do what it is that you want to do, whether it's a true shot, whatever. So I'm going to boom. Oh, I didn't even hit anybody. But my critical strike is increased by 35%. So you saw that huge crit right there. 112. All right? Versus my normal 80k. What I didn't get to see is the 20. It's a melee ability too. It's a 1.5 minute cooldown. is a melee. It's not necessarily melee, but you need to be in close range, 12 yards, and you gain 25% chance if you hit that target. So any target that you hit, you gain a 25% critical strike chance against it. And just using the ability without hitting a target, you still get that increase in critical strike hit damage. And that's where it's. I think this ability is just for that. Like, obviously, it's great if you are able to hit a target with it. But that's not what you're looking for. What you're looking for is it's basically you're going to treat it like a cooldown. All right, so here we go. We're going to try it again. Boom. Now he has the 25. Yeah, so it's on the target. It's not on me. And I'm always going to crit, it looks like. Double tap into a rapid fire. Boom. Okay. Okay. Let's check out this 40 stack thing. See if you still remain with the critical strike chance. Alright. Man, that's a lot of stacks. Let's help out with that. Let's help out with that. Boom. Alright, 31 stacks. It takes too long for this minor passive. I think that one. Well, I'll give my thoughts on it after I'm done with this stacking shit. Right. 36. Holy. Is that 36? My Jesus. It's taking mad long. 38, 39, and 40. Boom. So for 7, after all that, I lose the crit and I gain 700 haste. That passive is garbage for us in PvP. Garbage. Just a minor. Alright, so for the Blood of the Enemy active part of it, I think is a fun ability. It's going to be where you're going to camouflage. Or my setup would be I would camouflage, right? Go into a group of enemies somehow. Throw a binding shot. Disengage out of there. Oh, before I disengage, I use this ability. Disengage. While I'm disengaged, multi-shot. And when I land, I either use that double tap into a rapid fire or true shot into aim shots. And that'll give me huge bursts. Huge bursts. Because even though crit is only 50% effective, I'm pretty sure this actually adds to that 50%. Crit extra, that crit damage bonus. I mean, I'm not gonna say it. Let's see if is this a PvP one? Raider, Trainer, Raid Tank, and Dungeon. Then there's no PvP target dummy, but I would say I'm just gonna say it works, and if it doesn't, then there's no point for this, because it's a range ability. And having it, I mean, for 15 seconds, you could do a lot. It's almost as if that one trait that we have. So if you like the way the trait feels, that you have a lot of critical strike chance against a target, this might be good. But for the minor passive, no. Being that it is a short range spell, to gain that extra 25% critical strike chance against the target that you hit, no. So the only thing you're going to be using this is for that critical hit bonus damage. That's it. That's all you're going to use this for. Everything else is just... So no. No. I am not going to be using that. Only for fun times. Only when I want to do stupid like montages with crazy numbers and stuff like that. That'll be fun. That's going to be fun. But for rated, it's very niche. For Marksmanship Hunters. Just for Marksmanship Hunters, it's going to be niche. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm going to go take a bathroom break, stretch a little bit. And then we're going to go and test out Vision of Perfection so I can show you guys why is it so cool. Alright, I'm back. Let me show you Vision of Perfection. Now with Vision of Perfection on, you're going to see that my true shot, the cooldown is now 1.7 minutes. So imagine having Vision of Perfection, calling the shots, and True Shot Mastery. Alright, because True Shot Mastery reduces the cooldown by 20 seconds. Vision of Perfection reduces your True Shot by 13%. Okay? And 13% basically is something along the lines of 1.7 minutes. Alright? We're going to use True Shot all the time. Not only are we going to use True Shot all the time, but it's going to be in our rotation. We're going to automatically get it. So let's just start it off. Boop. It doesn't proc as often, but it does proc. And you're going to see that my cooldowns are reduced. They're reduced. Like if I have rapid fire under cooldown and I get a proc of it, then you're going to see it gets automatically back down to 3%. And just that by itself, just having the ability of having rapid fire. Here it is. There it is. I'm casting faster and my cooldown of rapid fire got lowered. All right, so you're able to gain one charge of rapid fire quickly, and your aim shots are being casted quick as hell. So you're gonna gain that throughout the whole match, right? On top of that, when you use True Shot, you heal for 5%. Now the only thing I don't know for sure is if that one trade that gives you, let's see if we find it here. All right, your unerring vision. That I don't think works. I wish it did, but just the cooldown reduction and the increased speed in unerring vision, increased speed of aim shot, I think is enough for me to be worth it. All right. I don't think unerring vision is just gonna work for it. If it did, we would have seen an unerring vision like proc right next to it, and every second that it passes, you will get more crit. If it doesn't work, then fine, but it'll be cool if it did work. And I like that you notice when you get the activation because it looks just like you're using your true shot. It looks like you get the blue aura, you get the speed increase, so it's not like something you're gonna miss. Like you're gonna 100% see it proc. It was proccing a lot more often for me before, so yeah, maybe this is not the one for PvP. Maybe it is gonna be Conflict of Strife just because of the amount of time that it's taking. Boom, there it is up. Oh, I am getting Hunter Vision. Yes, it does work. That's awesome. All they need to change is that when it activates, you heal for 5 seconds. And then I feel like it will actually be great for us. But nonetheless, the build that I feel like we're gonna be running in PvP is going to be Conflict and Strife for your major, Vision of Perfection for a minor, and where was the other one? And Memory of the Lucid Dreams, I believe it was. Yep. So it's going to be Conflict and Strife if you're a true PvP player, hybrid rating, because you do need that versatility. There's no doubt. I can't deny it. Like, as much as I like Vision of Perfection, I cannot deny the usage and the impact that Conflict and Strife is going to have in higher rated PvP. Your second one is most likely going to be Memory of Lucid Dreams, because your spells and abilities have a chance to refund 50% of the focus spent on them and heal you for 11k. All right, if we use Conflict and Strife as a major, that means that we cannot gain the benefit of the Crucible of Flame heal on yourself. All right. So if you're in the beginning, if you're like in the solo game and you're starting to play skirmishes and stuff like that, I feel like Crucible of Flame is gonna help you out a lot more. But once you get into the top, where any little mistake can cost your game, you can't. And I feel that. Well, I don't think that it says your spells and abilities have a chance to cauterize your target. Let me check it out. If I use Exhilaration, will I get that buff? Nah, I didn't get it. You just won't be able to gain from any healing from this. All right. So it most likely is going to be, like I was saying, Conflict and Strife. It can be Condensed Life Force. but I doubt it. I mean, condensed life force is pretty good because it gives you the 10% increase in damage. But for survivability, I think it's gonna be memory of lucid dreams, and you get the it's a huge minor power, man. You get 50% a chance for 50% of your focus to come back to you. You heal for 12k, right? Just an instant heal, and your versatility is increased by 502 for 8 seconds. So we saw what this does to our versatility, right? We gained a crap ton of versatility with this. So this will increase our survivability that much more. Maybe this is why they're not trying to do nothing. I mean, they're not trying to make any changes because we already have all these changes. All the changes that I mentioned and talked about before this video is here. It's here. I just hate that every other spec gets it. They get the same things. But obviously different setups, different specs is going to use different. But yeah, so all this stack building is not going to be good for us. We don't have that much high uptime. We're running around trying to make traps, trying to survive, trying to trap. So we don't have that much uptime. Ripple in space is actually pretty good, but since I'm talking about specifically the minor power, but because it occurs every 30 seconds, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be as awesome. But it's awesome that you're able to relocate and just teleport somewhere. So this might be a fun ability to use, and is almost as it's just gonna be useful. It's gonna be useful. The only thing I don't like is that teleporting, if you use that as a major, which most likely we're not, teleporting is like a 1.5 minute cooldown. And it should be, because if other specs, like arcane mages have this, it's just going to be super insane and frustrating. But yeah, that's how I feel. Conflict and Strife, Vision of Perfection, and Memory of Lucid Dreams for survivability and extra burst damage. And one thing that really synergizes well is the refund, like gaining that refund back with True Shot Aura. So one of the things that we know is there's times that your aim shot won't have enough focus to cast another aim shot, even though aim shot gets charges over and over, back to back. So we have to rapid fire. But with this, we might able to do a little bit more aim shots. All right, that's awesome. Let's check it out. Don't need that. And I'll go gold. I already did all this before. It's not hard at all to do this stuff. First one. Boom, done. Done. 12 seconds. All right. Boom, already got the true shot. That's how it was playing for me earlier. Not earlier, but when I was last checking out the P.T.R, these target dummies weren't around. But it was cool that it was just proccing a lot more often than it was when I was showing it in this, or at least it felt that way. Boom. 13 seconds. I got 2 procs already. I mean, obviously, I'm not doing that much damage or targeting people. Alright, he's done. Didn't need to interrupt that because he was trying to cast it on the monkey. And this should be it right here. Boop. Muerto. This is super easy. It was fun when it first got implemented. I remember doing that. I regret not doing the endless at that time. Alright, these are the guys that defend. Alright, so I'm just gonna hit this guy. Oh, always want to kill her. Kill this guy, boom. Hit this guy in the mouth. How'd it feel? Will he block it? Nah. Oh. Awesome. It didn't proc there either. But I was moving a lot. Oh shit. Just kill these healers. They don't need to exist right now. Do a double tap into this rapid fire in his mouth. And then switch it up. And when he starts healing. What's going on, George? George Coffee? What's poppin' lockin'? Boom. What's going on, brother? Alright, gotta kill this guy first. Boop. Muerto. Yeah, that thing hasn't procced in a little minute. I'm not sure why. But maybe that's how long it procs. Maybe it's not gonna be as great. Now that I'm testing it out. Yeah, man. I wish I had Classic, bro. I would have been playing it right now. And mostly, reason I want Classic, I mean, obvious, for the obvious reasons, but everybody who, oh, I got the proc right there. Everybody who's playing Classic, their character, they get to carry over. I wish I had that. Like, I wouldn't have felt so bad if it was that your character just gets deleted, because then there's no, other than testing purposes, you don't really have to care for it. But shit, yeah, man, I just did a whole hour's worth of just talking about it, testing it, checking them out. So if you're interested in that stuff, man, just rewind or wait until this stream is done and then check it out. But yeah, we got a lot of things covered. Right now I'm kind of trying to get this true shot proc to come out. But it isn't. August it came out. It just feels so good when it comes out, man. And I like the reduction in rapid fire too. I think I used that a little too early. Yeah, I used it too early. I lost the double tap. It doesn't carry over. That's just oh, it doesn't carry over. I thought that was actually a thing that Blizzard announced. If it isn't, then I don't feel as bad. But if it is, man, they are lucky. Yeah, I tried the crit, the increased crit. What I learned from the increase, oh, there's one more. What I learned from the increased crit one, which is called Blood of the Enemy, is that one, you have to be within 12 yards to gain that 25% increased critical strike chance against a target. The minor power completely sucks. It takes a long time to get 40 stacks. But just using the active ability gives you that 35% bonus damage. So you might not get the increased critical strike chance if you don't hit the target with the explosion, which sucks because you want that crit. Like if I activate it right now, for example, I will still have 15% critical strike if I don't hit nobody, right? But if I hit somebody with it, then that person gets 25% increase damage critical, or I get a 25% increase in critical strike chance against that target. Oh shit! 3 seconds? What? I failed that. Yeah, 12 yards, bro. Within 12 yards. So let me show you. Just so you can understand the frustration that I'm going through. So I have it, right? I'm going to use it. Boom, I hit him. So now I get more critical strike chance against him. But if I don't hit him, then I only have 15% chance to crit and have 35% bonus critical strike damage. So I don't think, and the passive, bro, the passive is straight bollocks, bro. Look at this. So it's just, right. They're not. Well, aren't all the essences shared between all classes? Like every single class and spec is gonna have the same essences. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. That every spec gets the same essences. It's just that some essences are more valuable to some specs over others. But what I've come out to say is that I feel like Conflict and Strife is going to be our main one. Vision Perfection or Condensed. Wait, not that one. Memory of the Lucid Dreams and Vision of Perfection is going to be our minors. Right, but the minor passive of the Vision of Perfection, right, the minor version of Vision of Perfection is where it's awesome, right? Because you get the reduction in true shot, you get increased versatility, and you heal when you use true shot. So that we need survivability. So that kind of fits. It kind of synergizes. But having Conflict and Strife is gonna be our major if you're a hardcore PvPer. Because all of it, yo, bro, I literally, without using these miners and stuff, I literally had 28% versatility, bro. And if I have 28% versatility, and I have conflict and strike, if I get stunned while having that 28%, it gets doubled, bro. Like conflict and strife is gonna be huge, huge. So conflict and strife, vision of perfection, and memory of lucid dreams. Right, it's gonna be awesome. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. Everything else is just you need a lot of stacks for this. You need a lot of stacks for that. One that I found to be interesting that I liked was the ripple in space, where you can target a location and it teleports you there after 2 seconds. Boom, you deal damage, and if you move at any point more than a couple of yards, you get I think that's the passive is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just ripple, what is it? Conflict and strife is gonna be massive, bro. No doubt. Ripple in space. So the passive of ripple in space is good, but because it has a 30-second cooldown, I don't think it's cool. Like, you get it 5% increase in speed, and when you move more than 25 yards, which is almost an automatic if you use disengage, you get that 500 or something agility. But it's every 30 seconds, so I don't think that's gonna be something that we're gonna enjoy. This one you need more stacks. This one is you have to be near it to proc. This world vine, you got to be near it to proc. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. I feel like MM is lacking in a few departments compared to every other spec in the game, and I did a whole thing about that in the beginning of the stream. And every spec is getting all these essences, so it's not like we're actually gaining something over somebody else. But like we were saying, some essences are gonna be more interesting than others, so we can change our playstyle. But George Coffee, everybody else who's still on, and anybody who's watched this after that, it's already been a few hours. It's been almost 4 hours, and my throat is starting to feel it. I need to eat. I appreciate everybody coming. This was awesome. I'm gonna stream Thursday. All right, tomorrow I'm gonna put out a video, but I'm gonna stream Thursday, and at 11 a.m. Eastern. So right now it looks like I'm gonna stream every. I might have to change Tuesday because I don't want it to happen like it did today, where the maintenance caught me. So every Thursday is gonna be a definite. All right. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right. Peace out, man. Much love. All right. Where's the end stream? There it is. Boom.